Let's start with that question then about Beijing's response. Is John's analysis on this correct, do you think? Do you expect a calibrated response from Beijing?
Well, I think what John has said, actually, it's basically, I think the current Biden administration has inherited what Trump administration has done, and probably gave into the pressure of the Congress and the consensus they had on Chinese companies. But I think this is really a wrong decision because, as we can see, that we just had Vice Premier Liu He talking to Kathleen Tai and Yale Allen, and actually, business-wise, we want to resume some of the normalcy here. But by sanctioning the company again, I mean, it's a mixed message. But I hope that this is not really going to be carried out really seriously and not going to affect, because all the investment, all the business of U.S. and those investors from U.S. will suffer, including Chinese. I think this is not a wise decision and is really put forward at the wrong time.
Henry, given your connections to the government here and the fact that you've got your ear very much to the ground, I want to put this question to you. Is there surprise within the halls of power here in Beijing that the Biden administration is taking what looks like a more robust approach even than the Trump administration?
Well, I think it does. It does give people some surprise because we were seeing the U.S. companies all the surveys, AmCham or other chambers have all showed that U.S. business still wants to be in China, and very few, none of them actually wants to move back, and it's a huge opportunity. You have a 400 million middle class here, whereas U.S. has 200 million middle class. So, I mean, I don't understand. We're really targeting business, which is really the backbone of our economy, and also we're fighting pandemic. So I think that Biden administration, since they are actually knowing China very well, personally, President Biden has a good relation in the past with China. I hope that, they can come to some rationality and also not to really be so irrational, just to, meet populism and all the current Congress be debating on that. So I would really hope that they can lead some rational approach rather than irrational. But I'm thinking that now we can talk now on the trade issues. That does show some positive side on that as well, and also climate change and many other things.
Right. Henry David here, that is, of course, important to point out that this is, and unexpectedly, really, that this getting worse is one part to that multifaceted relationship that, frankly, we're not really expecting any sort of progress there. It is a strategic rivalry between the two. Now, as far as the other aspects are concerned, and to Tom's earlier question to you, can you build on that? Is Beijing prepared for conditions to worsen, or do they actually want a warming of relations?
Well, I think the Ministry of Commerce spokesperson held a news conference yesterday, actually saying that both sides are actively engaging in dialogues now. In a 1 week time, we had Vice Premier Liu He talked to both USTR head and also Treasury head in the U.S. So I think that we want to carry out the dialogue. I mean, that's probably suitable for both business community in China and in the U.S. I think also for the internationally global economies is in some kind of recession. We are still haven't out of the woods yet. I mean, we need big countries like China, U.S. to work together to really carry us out. So I would say that there's multifaceted, as you said, but we should really stick to the positive and generate economic benefit for all the countries in the world, rather than we're still in this kind of sanctions back and forth. I mean, that's really the least we need now.
Henry, how much of a risk is this COVID-19 origins investigation that Biden has signed off on? How much of a risk does that pose to the relationship?
Again, I think that the administration is really, giving to the probably to the Congress, the pressure on that. But I really think it makes no sense because the WHO and a number of experts, including U.S. experts, has been to China and has been to the laboratory they talked about. How can unilaterally with the intelligence agency to dictate what is there, what is not? I mean, that's really not following international procedures, and that is not really multilateral UN system WHO approach. It's really set of very bad examples on that. I don't think the country should should really echo that. And also, I mean, let's trust the scientists. Let's have a scientific way of talking. And also, we should not, find a scapegoat for incompetence of some countries, which are causing a lot of pandemic going. So we should really find a way to get the pandemic out and contain the pandemic, and also, get everybody back to normal, rather than we blame each other and really find a scapegoat for things happened in the past. And I think we should really looking forward to really find out a solution to get us everybody back on feet.